Hello, it's me. Oh, look, all cropped off the top. Shouldn't be so close. This week, I'm just going to keep it so short. You're just not even going to believe it. So last Friday, podcast recording and doing my reports. And then I tried to do a stream in the afternoon, but it wasn't very successful. So I just... yeah, and then I went back to leaving the laptop afterwards. So I've been working on this script, and it's pretty good. But then over the weekend, I thought I made it this story about how I figured out all the electronics. But then on Monday, I thought I kind of want to just make this a checklist, a proper how-to guide, like you can do this, rather than I'm so clever for doing this. So podcast edit took me 7 hours, 58 minutes this week. I guess that's including today though. So podcast edit there, 2 hours plus, so like it's like 4 or 5 hours last week. But so then I kind of went back to the thing, but on Tuesday morning I was just like, I'm going to take the day off. Actually Monday morning I was like, I don't want to do anything. So Tuesday morning I took the day off. It's been a while since I've had a day off, but I came back into Wednesday feeling a bit better. So then I spent the next 2 days mostly working on Shoot. Stuff like figuring out how to... Yeah, so I was looking at making the manual controls an in-app purchase, so I implemented that. I updated the quiz and made that so that it doesn't download all the data in the world every time it wants to show anyone anything. And I got this support email, so I was like following that up. So I added this... this new feature, which is like if it's on HDMI, then there's a button basically to turn off the main screen and only have it on the second screen, which massively reduces the battery drain in that version. And also because the guy that contacted me about that was talking about vertical video, I got around to sorting out the vertical video. So that was quite difficult. It's amazing how much like these view transformations. This view's rotated, this one's rotated, the camera internally is rotated. It's really confusing to get your head around. And then yesterday I also added video recording because I thought and started work on implementing the microphone support. And I've got that for the video recording, but I haven't managed to get that to send over AirPlay yet. So that's where I got with that. And let's just have a quick break. Look, there's a pie that I made, and Sharon and I made. Look, we made it. And then that is it in front of our window. Okay, so but then I was thinking about it this morning about Shoot, and I thought I need to first get my star ratings up. And I looked on the App Store this morning. It was like the first review was like a 2-star review, which is nonsense. And it was all stuff that wasn't even. I feel like I've done patronising things within the app to try and avoid that review. Yeah, that's the review that's been surfaced. So I thought instead of making it an in-app purchase, let's focus on improving the 5-star rating by over delivering, and try and get that up, and hopefully that converts into sales just as well as sticking yet another purchase in front of people. And also I can see people doing like a reduced review because some of the features were in-app purchases, and if my reviews aren't great yet, then that's not great. Let's have another quick clip. So then the last thing was, looking back at the desktop, let's see, 42 minutes, like 2 hours today. This week we tried our first live podcast recording. So instead of recording it separately, Ivanka uploads her audio. And then I edit it all in Final Cut Pro, and then listen back through to it, and then release it. Then sort of make some more edits, and then release it, which is what all this business is. I've changed it so we just stream it live on Twitch, which means a lot more adrenaline up front to make sure we don't do anything that we have to we got to not say anything that can't go into the podcast. And we've got to sort of stay on form, but it means that 2 hours total and no editing. So I've actually already like uploaded the video, scheduled the release for Tuesday, scheduled the Patreon update for later, and it also means there's a bit of chat interaction. So I think this is a really successful idea. And it's partly like practice for this was doing these weekly updates and figuring out how to do that in OBS. So like my OBS setup is like this. So I've got me, and then I've got like these buttons, so I can switch to me, desktop, clip 1, clip 2. So basically sort of expanding on this system to be able to just do like the title music and the little breaks live, and it worked pretty well. So that was exciting, but I'm still like, I'm so kind of adrenalized from it. I did a meditation. I'm just about calmed down, and I think it was like a lot for Ivanka as well, but it just means like now I've got my Mondays back. It's not, because there was quite a lot of my Mondays being taken up with the podcast. And also Friday afternoons are often like not particularly productive, so it's nice to be able to just do all the podcast stuff, get that out of the way. So now I don't have to worry about the podcast on Monday. Monday I can sort of work on my YouTube video and get that out. So that's definitely unlocked a lot of time. So yeah, so between that and the day off, and just working on one thing mostly this week, there's not a lot to talk about. So I'm going to leave you there. Bye.